The following is a presentation of the Greater Ontario Hockey League.
Happy Thanksgiving, hockey fans. Tonight, the spotlight shifts east and takes a trip up Highway 410, where it shines bright on the young and feisty Caledon Bombers. Welcome to Mayfield Arena and the Greater Ontario Hockey League Spotlight Game, powered by Collins Clothiers. Tonight, the Caledon Bombers welcome the visiting Hamilton Kilty Bees. The Caledon Bombers this year have turned the page and have started a new chapter of Bombers hockey. 2025 sees an ownership change along with a fresh face behind the bench of Stan Kondrautis. A young up-and-coming lineup tonight for Caledon, which features 15-year-old Michael Pope. As one of the league's youngest players, Pope is off to a terrific start this year. 8 points through his first 9 games, which leads the Bombers offensively. The Waterloo native is a really smart and a fast two-way forward where he'll excel in big moments. Pope will center the Bombers' top line tonight. The captain of the Bomb Squad this season is veteran Patrick Polacek. Returning to Caledon with a clean slate, the captain's C proudly sewn on his sweater. Polacek is excited to lead by example on the ice to get the Bombers going. With head coach Stan Kondrautis behind the bench, Polacek is also reunited with Kondrautis, who was his coach a few seasons ago in the Provincial Junior Hockey League. The Bombers' opponent tonight are the Hamilton Kilty Bees, where Cooper Reed is looking to get his stick going and spark the Bees, whose current struggle is finding the back of the net. Reed's a playmaker who has really found his groove and confidence by getting lots of opportunities with Hamilton this season. Look for Reed and the Kilty Bees to come out flying tonight on the road. Another young shining prospect this season for Hamilton is the Barrie Colts pick of Owen Meeum. With only 2 goals thus far, Meeum has a good chance tonight to turn things around for Hamilton by building off a goal in last night's 8-3 loss. Look for Meeum to use his size and great hockey IQ to get Hamilton out of this slump. We have the opportunity to catch up with both Patrick Polacek of the Bombers and Cooper Reed for the Hamilton Kilty Bees in tonight's Captain Comments, powered by Collins Clothiers.
There's no quit in this team. As the last time we played these guys, Hamilton, we were down 4-0, I believe, 4-1, and we made almost a comeback, scored 2 goals in like a matter of 5 minutes. So this team has no quit in us. Even when we go down, we're never out. We just gotta keep pushing towards finishing off the games and winning them, not just getting close. But our team's still young. We're fairly new. We only have, I think, 4 returning guys. So building just that chemistry with each other is huge moving forward. We're only in game 10, so no worries there. Just got to keep moving forward. Well, I think it's huge. Having you guys come here is always great because we don't really get the spotlight too often, being so far east. So it's nice getting the opportunity to show what the Bombers are about, especially with this new team, new ownership, new organization. So showing the league that this isn't the same old Bombers. It's a new Bomber team, and we're here to make some noise.
The boys are here to work hard, and like said, right, it's a long season, and we're still early on here, and I think there's lots of time to turn things around and look upward here. We have a great coaching staff with a lot of experience and a strong lineup, and it's a mix of young and old, but I think we're going to start to turn things around here and start climbing the standings. I think the boys are gelling good, and I think the wins are going to come, and I think everyone gets along in the room, which is a huge key to being a good team. And with that, a great coaching staff that believes in us every night, and I think that's what's going to help us.
It's the second meeting of the season to kick off Thanksgiving weekend. It's the Caledon Bombers hosting the Hamilton Kilty Bees under the spotlight.
Puck drop is next on 519 Sports.
Ferguson, clean win in the draw. 4 points for Ferguson this year. There's a big hit, stood up at the line. Referees say play on to the slot. What a stop by Hughes. Has a great stop. Hughes slides to his left to make a tremendous save. And it's rimmed in quickly for Gelsomini. Colmoni able to find the puck, bottom of the far circle. Sharp angle shot, that one behind the goal. And it comes to the near side for the Bombers. Turned over. Nice feed into the middle. Here comes Colmoni in. What a great stop. Nickel, though, sprawled out, got a piece of it. Far side for the Bombers here, caught in their own end. Bouncing puck again. Hamilton all over him. The shot, this one right at the crest, though, but a great chance from Hamilton, and the forecheck getting things done here for the visitors. And that one will be played back in by Meehan. Pope. He's got control. Able to stick handle that one from his shin pads. And Meehan once again will dump that one back in. Nice feed out front for Meehan, scores! A great pass out front, and it's Meehan, and the Hamilton Kilty Bees strike first under the spotlight. It's 1-0 for the visitors. Simple give and go, and it's Meehan who gets it done for Hamilton, his third of the year, makes it 1-0. As this one thrown out front, the shot, that one just missed and didn't miss by much. Big hit now, as stepping up, he lays out his man. A great check from Gelsomini. Tried to move it up the near wall, bouncing puck off Polacek. Try to find it here. Here's the other Polacek, his brother, who wears 62. Nice feed out front. Great stop, Hughes. Loose puck, it's still loose. Caledon turns and fires, but it's blocked one more. Trying to push that one in for the Kilty Bees. Can't get it deep, though, was Jacob Norman, the Barrie native. Burden. Now back to the line. Pepin, he gets run over at the line. Great hit from the Bombers. Look out off the draw. Andrew Wojnicki lined up with TC taking a couple of whacks. Thrown to Wojnicki. And that one's going to go to the far side, but at the end of one period of play, Sakuti right in there. These two teams don't like each other. It's the second meeting of the season under the spotlight. And it's the Kilty Bees 1, Bombers nothing after 20 minutes. And back come the Bombers through center. Mora chips that one past Campolo. McAfee Rankin sits down Mora. Back and forth hockey here again. Second meeting of the season. The first period ended with a little bit of a feisty battle. Couple of bodies going flying already. 1 minute in. What does the second period have in store? Nice feed. Nice play to the forehand, but he slips it wide. Hamilton's buzzing here as that's Kyle Burton with a great chance. Now to the near side. The Bombers trying to clear the zone. Burton one more. Great keeping. Shot, scores! McSorley does it. A beauty feed on the first one. Now he finds Twine, and he doubles the lead. It's 2-0 Hamilton. Quick release from McSorley, and he gets it done for Hamilton, who double the lead to go up 2-0. As he wins it on his backhand cleanly. Gelsomini, pocket pick, 2-on-1 the other way. Lyle and McDougall going to the goal, but that's an easy stop for Nickel, who holds on. Offensive zone draw for Hamilton. They win it back to the line. This one rides off a couple of ricochets, and it's a bounce that goes wide of the goal off the blocker. Hard check, and now a big hit, and that's going to draw a penalty as Lyle gets dumped. That's Sacchetti right in there. And now look out. Stewart all tangled up as well. Ferguson in there to defend Lyle. And again, Pope now even getting in there. The 15-year-old going to throw. Gotta love this. Tension's high between these two teams. 13:55 to go, and a power play incoming for the Hamilton Kilty Bees. And a little bit of time here for the Kilty Bees as they find a centering feed. Trying to work his way in. Right towards the goal, look out, as Nickel gets taken out. And now a little pushing and shoving as they're going to come defend his teammate. Ensom right there. But an innocent play, which saw Jacob Norman go right into the goal. Everyone seems to be okay here, almost halfway through the second period. Norman slips that one around. Bezemer circling up front is Fernandez. Hard check delivered, and that's Mark Brennan laying his man out in the corner. Brennan all over Norman again. That's the two that were battling out front, and they're still tangled up behind the goal. Near side it comes for the Bombers. 2.5 to go. Here comes Mulhall. Mulhall works in. Spins, spinorama. He gets crunched high, and it's a high hit that draws a penalty. TC goes right after McSorley as Mulhall got crunched right in the helmet. And a penalty is coming to Hamilton. And a head check the call against McSorley. Trying to avoid traffic. Keeps it down deep. Hamilton able to find it, and it bounces out to center. This is going to do it for 2 periods of play. One last chance, maybe Campolo in. What a stop. Loose puck, it's underneath them. And just as we thought the dying seconds would tick off, a firework erupted of Luca Campolo. Almost made it 3-0 with a shorty, but the time will get the best of the Hamilton Kilty Bees. 2-0 at the end of 40 minutes. Wraparound attempt, that one back to the line. Blocked, and Ensom sacrifices the body. Unable to clear it out of the zone, though. Hamilton still with it. Far side, Meehan out front, great feed. Bouncing puck, scores! Hamilton makes it a 3-0 game, his second of the season. And Fernandez will add one more for the Kilty Bees. Miam picks up an apple. It is 3-0 Hamilton. Top of the near circle. This one will be poked out to center. Robinopoulos heads up, big hit. As stepping up, Jackson Pepin, one of the hits of the game. Kilty Bees dump the puck in all the way to the near side. Looking for options here. Centering feed, Sharpenko doesn't go. Out front, loose pocket, a great stop. Nickel able to get across and make a good save. Now it's played right to the hash marks. Wojnicki pokes it free. Chips that one around. Slamming on the brakes. Hard check as he gets stood up, and the puck goes right to the goaltender. Sakutty trying to spark his team for the Bombers here. And just a little bit of pushing and shoving, nothing more. The faceoff stays in the Bombers' end. Face-off deep inside the Bombers' end. That one rims around to the far side. Hard check by Wojnicki and a penalty coming. Kept in. Centering feed. Volpe tried to get it out front. Polacek. Far side. This one on goal. Loose puck on the doorstep. Somehow it stays out of the goal. What a stop. As the Hamilton netminder of Hughes keeps it a 3-0 game. This one kicked away. Dumped around to the far side of the ice. A heavy hit inside the Bombers' end. Body still going flying here in the third. Face-off one. Extra attacker as this one down the ice. Bouncing puck, and it's going to bounce wide, but the icing gets waved off. Burden first there for Hamilton. Kilty's throw it out front, scores. Cooper Reed adds one more, and it's a 4-0 Hamilton lead. The Hamilton Kilty Bees under the spotlight tonight, powered by Collins Clothiers, take a 4-0 decision and will get their second win of the season. 4 different goal scorers tonight for Hamilton. A shutout win for Liam Hughes, who picks up his first shutout and his first victory for the season for the Hamilton Kilty Bees. A final tonight in Caledon. It's the Hamilton Kilty Bees 4 and the Caledon Bombers nothing.
For us tonight, our goal coming in was we needed this win. Gratz came up with a great game plan. We just stuck to what he had to say, and we kept it short, and we didn't overcomplicate things. We played good in the D zone. Hughesy, of course, was our backbone tonight, and he played excellent. I got to give all credit to Mac there. He saw me coming in the corner, and he made a beautiful pass right on my tape, and I looked at the net, saw bottom right was open, and I picked my corner, and again, huge credits to Matt there. He made a great pass.
Even off the ice, like, he's just always there. He's always trying to learn. Like, he's always asking for video, extra tips, everything like that. Yeah, it's refreshing to have him as a player, as a coach, because there's not a lot to work on, right? We're working out the little kinks. That's kind of all we're doing with him. But everything else, he's been great. Every game's important, obviously, but this one was kind of one we had circled from the start that was almost a must-win at this point in the year. And yeah, just a building stone. It's one of those ones to get the culture right? So we can look back on this in the next couple games and say, this is where we need to be. This is the level we have to play at.
I think we just needed more. We came out a little bit dry. We had a couple good shifts, but the second period we just missed a lot of effort. We let them win puck battles, and we just didn't capitalize on opportunities. We have great coaches. Stan's a great coach, knows what's going on, good practices, talks to us on the bench, teaches us, gets us always better. Mike Camilleri is always a guy that helps you get better, gets you what you need, helps you with what you need help with, and Errol is just a great owner. It's always, the ownership to coaching staff is just, it's always improving, and they always talk to players about what they need to do better, and we talk to them about what we need, so it's great organization.
I think we bring effort, but it's the little things that we're not executing that are turning into bigger things. So we make one or two mistakes, then it just seems to go the wrong way. I think the boys generally are trying. Physicality department, I think, other than Ty really throwing his weight around, we're lacking a little bit there. And we got to look at the good and the bad. So from the bad, we got to learn from them, and we got to get better. From the good, you got to recognize it and you got to thank it. And, I think we need to get stronger. I think we need to be a little bit better positionally. The one thing is the heartbeat of this team doesn't stop. Like, they just seem to keep going. Like, no one's happy about losing, but you get them at practice, they work hard for the whole practice. So you can't beat that, and you don't want to beat them down either. You got to remember, we got 6 guys returning from last year's team. They had a very poor year. We got a bunch of new guys in, and a bunch of new players that are new to, making a step from minor hockey right up to the GOHL. That's a big step, and everybody's got to have a little bit of patience with it. It's frustrating, but I've been doing this a long time, and you just got to have the patience, and then you got to have someone like Ty to make sure they put them in their place when they need to be.
And that was by design to, kind of reset button or retool. And sometimes you just got to get some fresh blood, into the lineup. And that's why I brought a Ty Ensom from the Siskins to here, because Ty, he's been part of, a winning culture. As you know, Siskins had their 90th last year, and there was a big buzz about that. Siski buzz, you might say. But, there's Mikey Pope has been incredible. Like, when people find out this kid is 15 years old, I mean, that's a great thing for our league to have, Popey's going to be something down the road. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like, but, we're going to be proud to wave that Caledon Bombers flag to say Mikey Pope played here one day. I got to hand it over to Nolan Nickel, our goaltender. He's been absolutely incredible. I got him, relatively late in the summer, and he's been spectacular. Kept us in games when, we kind of didn't have that ideal start, and gave us a chance. He gives us a chance every night. And Connor Sampson is right there too. Unfortunately, Connor had an injury in August, but he's back to 100%. But Nickel took the reins and has been pretty reliable, and Sammy's getting there as well. Defensively, we're really young, Darren. Guys are, just trying to do a little too much sometimes when it's, just sometimes glassing out. Less is more for a D-man, and some of these guys thought, I can do it in U18, but this is junior hockey now. And, but it's coming. No panic buttons, but, the coaches, they run some good practices and lots of flow and lots of energy, and I think the rookies just have to slow the game down in their minds. I think that's the biggest takeaway for me is, they're out there just, when you're new at something, the world's moving really fast, right? And with experience, you start seeing things that you didn't see, when you're just cutting your teeth.
Thank you for my coaching staff. Thanks, Dan. Great guy. Mike Camilleri, great guy. Family, thanks, Mom. Love you.